Alright guys, today we'll be running the CSX 2217 here. And it's just a little switcher, and we will be doing switching with it. It doesn't have any sounds, it's just forward and reverse and neutral. It's got lights, and the idea is to get the train ready for that Wisconsin Central engine right there. I can't see the there. And our train's over there, all Wisconsin Central cars back there. My goal is to get that car, that box car on the end, up in between the box car that's over there and that gondola over there, and to get that caboose on this end, because if you've ever watched any of my videos, you know that I run trains pretty much in one direction. But anyhow, the caboose is on the wrong side. So let's go ahead, and also I got the passenger cars on the track still. I'm going to put the passenger cars in the siding when I'm done, and then I'm going to shut the power off to the siding. And that should be about all that I have to do. Sorry if the lighting in the room isn't all that good, but it's kind of cloudy, and most of my film lighting comes from that window. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. Maybe that social was a little early on. There we go. Okay, and that was step one. Couple up to the passenger cars, and we're going to keep pushing. Kind of heavy for the little switcher. Definitely not my best puller or pusher. And my coupling track should be over there somewhere. Okay, now that I know where the uncoupling track is, let's go ahead and pull it forward. See if we can get the signal out. And we weren't coupled in the first place, so that didn't actually matter. It might cause a problem over there though, because I'm kind of assuming that we have a problem with that coupler. Okay, so now we're going to couple up to the this box car on the end here on the front of the engine. And I think I'm going to put that into the siding once I'm done with it. But like I said, well, I think I said, just a conventional engine, so every time I have to change directions, I have to do that power up, power down thing. And I would like to get a couple of uncoupling tracks over there, but they're not there right now, so here comes the giant hand into the picture. I would also like to push that consist back forward, so I'll close both the knuckles and just make sure we don't recouple to it. Before I got TMCC and Legacy, I used to do a lot of switching like this. Of course, now that I do have TMCC and Legacy, it's gotten a lot easier. And we're behind those cars somewhere. There we are. And keep in mind, this engine does not have electrocouplers either, so I have to roll all the way back around to the uncoupling track way over here. Let's see if you're in that shot even. Yeah, okay. And there's that. Come back out of the siding. And we're going to try to couple with them passenger cars, but I have a suspense that we have a problem over there, which is an easy fix, but sounds like I need to oil this thing. Of course, there's no speed control on this either, so it's kind of actually fairly jerky. Yeah. Could have a problem. Let's go ahead and open the coupler on the engine, see if we can get that thing cut. Couplers on this engine don't actually open very well. You have to push the tab down and pry it open. Sounded like it clicked. No, we must be a problem with them. Do this the other way then. Even though there's no coupler on the back of them passenger cars, we're still gonna try it like this. It's gotta be real easy when I do this, and hope that we don't throw it off the track. And there, we just hit them. You can hear that thing slipping. It's not a very heavy engine either. It only weighs a couple pounds. Yeah, kind of figured that we might throw it off the track. And we did that because there's no coupler there. Let's see here, we zero this out. And hit haul at the same time, apparently. Show you here. Threw it off the track. But I did get close enough to the point where I could pull the cars out, I think. And I was right. Not a coupler problem. See if I can show it to you. See how the tab isn't lined up there? This should be like that. And what happens is you can't close the coupler when it's like that. It won't lock. And that is probably my biggest complaint about these cars, is that the coupling mechanism won't stay closed. If you just usually when I hit that button, the tab, something to watch for on these cars. I've known about the problem for a long time, but see how that doesn't go in there? And if you wanted to, you could actually pull that out and spin it all the way around like that. There's nothing to keep it in one spot. That's the problem. So anyhow, now I gotta go get that caboose fixed. Alright, then we'll all fix up again. Go ahead and bring the engine back around here. still have a problem coupling because I got K-line and I've got all kinds of other brands here. K-line, MTH, and YNL. There's a couple of one engine, well, not anymore, but see if we can do a little bit of trickery on this. So we able to get that cast up there. Right about to there. Back up. Pull all these heavy passenger cars back with it, and now I'm gonna have to back into the siding. And hopefully not derail that car that's already over there. Hopefully this all works out in the end. Trying not to throw that car off the tracks. Okay then, let's keep going. I went ahead and rolled the car all the way back to the other end of the siding so we wouldn't have to worry about it. Okay, now we get to use our uncoupling track again. Should be. Go ahead and give you a closer up shot over here. Hopefully you can see what happens. So now I can go ahead and back up, hook onto the caboose. And we're also going to get that Wisconsin Central boxcar out of there too. Anyhow, let's see if I can make this work out. Usually the tricky part about this is going to be that we have the passenger cars in the siding, or we have the passenger cars in the way somehow all the time, so let's go ahead and back up, and I'll go ahead and open up all the couplers on the engine again. No electro couplers on this thing. Can be a little bit of a pain in the butt to drive actually, but because of all that. Hopefully, even though we're on a curve, we can still hook up. Doesn't look like it. Coupler's just kind of going off to the side. It's not even hitting the other one. Just so I don't derail it again here. Try and recouple. I don't think that did anything either. So I'm just going to keep on pushing until I get to a better straightaway like that. There we go. So now, one couple from right here. And probably have to get those two into the siding as well, and get these other ones back off on the main line so I keep backing up, in other words. I'm probably gonna have to take those passenger cars out of the siding too. Those two shouldn't couple. And we're still not coupled here. Now they're both just closed, yeah. Actually, I should even go further than that because I want to put the passenger cars back on that truck. I think that's what I want to do anyhow. Let's see what we can do. So far, so good. Just open up the coupler on the back of this car, and we will hook it up to the passenger cars and get them out of our way. Get them out of the siding. Okay, so the coupler on the passenger car was closed there. So it was keeping this other one from coupling to it. So now let's try it again. Hopefully it works. Yeah, there we go. Passenger cars are the heaviest thing on here right now, so. And we'll go ahead and get it past the switch again. Of course, they gotta be in reverse this time. Being that heavy, it makes the lights on the passenger cars light up nice and bright for us. Ah. Okay, try this again. Think that turns it on? Nope. Never let the circuit breaker do anything there. Hopefully. Through the switch. So this time we should have no problem with that caboose because we are taking the switch, right? And we don't have hardly any load, so. Somewhere over there is the uncoupling track. Get a better shot over there again. And dial the power down. Hopefully. There we go. Now I think best way that I'm going to be able to do this is to get that caboose. I have to get it on the front of the engine instead of the back, that's one thing for sure. And I'm gonna have to get the car on this side of the siding on the back of the engine. And I'm gonna have to get those two on the front. I'm gonna have to get the caboose on the front. The other one's gonna have to be on the back too, technically. And the passenger cars have to stay out of the way in that whole thing, so could be interesting how we're gonna do this. Okay, then here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to hook up to the box car on the front of the engine. There, even though that will technically be the wrong side of the engine for it. But we're going to bring it over on the other side of the siding. So go ahead and try and hook that up. Usually when I'm trying to hook up one car, it won't go that well because it's too light. And that one wasn't even on a straightaway, so. Now it just sounds like my couplers are closed. This one is, anyway. There it is. Now we're going to take it back around to this side, and we're going to couple onto that caboose, and we're going to drop this car off there. Hopefully couple onto that caboose anyway. And I gotta keep going in reverse anyway. Technically, see here, everything's still on the wrong side, but we'll get it worked out. I'm getting this car over here so that I can hook it up to the back of the engine. That's the point of that, but it's already way past that uncoupling track anyway. That right there is probably the biggest problem of being on that part of the track, but let's go ahead and keep backing up. As you can see how if we had an engine come through there, it would probably clip that car. Kind of think that we do need an engine to come through there too, in order for this to work. Maybe. Let me think about this. That didn't take too long. The ideal here is to couple up to that box car, and then we're going to hook up to the passenger cars again. Hopefully we don't derail the caboose. And we're going to put the passenger cars in the siding again. And then we can just go ahead and couple the two box cars up to that train over there. And then work on getting the caboose on the other side. So, should be pretty simple, really. Of course, that box car's on a curve there. And I just heard the couplers close, so let's go ahead and see if I can't use that electromagnetic uncoupling track over here to open it again. Slow my needs to be way down. Should be open now. Hopefully. Of course, now we're on a curve. There's no way it's hooked up. Roll way back there. Just gonna have to keep opening up my couplers on this car so we can get it right. It should be open. I'm just gonna push that out of the side, and just keep doing that. Ram it out of the side here. Get these coupled up, and my camera's flashing that we're out of memory apparently. I only got 1 minute of recording time left. Oh goody. See if I can get this coupled in 30 seconds. Of course, not when I'm being an idiot. I want to be able to. Hopefully we're open. Yep, I heard it click. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, so we're over there now. I know I didn't uncouple. Alright then, I'm back. Memory in the camcorder got full here. So, the next step is we're just gonna back this train up and hook it up to the train over here. So it should be pretty simple. All you gotta do is give it a little power and back that up. Just keep on coming back with it. I don't think that I'm actually coupled up. Nope, but that don't matter because I got uncoupled from the engine. Alright, then we're gonna keep backing it up. Now we go ahead and hook up to our passenger cars again. Make sure this is open. Hopefully we can couple to them. Yeah, I think that we're gonna have problems again. Yeah. Alright, yeah, let's try this again. Should be coupled up. Yep. Certainly are. Just about done here. Hopefully we don't get our caboose off the tracks. It was trying to. See here, where's the uncoupling track at? Somewhere in that area. Alright then, now I gotta get this thing uncoupled. I don't even know where the track's at. Yeah, there it is. It did absolutely nothing, there's one over it. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and pull around into the siding. And through here. So we get back around to here, where we can uncouple it. It's following me out. Hopefully not. Hopefully this time we don't couple to it. I don't think that we will, but rolling forward. Doesn't matter though, because we're just going to keep going around this way. And if I didn't have cars all over there, I could easily back up instead of going all the way around, but, you know, this is a small layout, it doesn't really matter. Coupled up good, looks like. And bring the bowls, get that hooked up over on that log car there. Hopefully we're hooked up. Yep. And we're gonna drop that off over here. Somewhere in this area. Something like right there. Go ahead and unhook that, and then we'll Actually, this is going to be in the way, probably. I'm just going to leave it hooked up. Because I think we're going to have a problem. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it hooked up for now. And we're going to hook up to the passenger cars. We're going to have a problem with that again, huh? And of course, we leave the switch open. I doubt that we're going to be able to couple to that. Called it. Try one more time. We'll open up the coupler in the back of the engine. If it don't work, I'm just going to push it all the way around. I'm hearing him close. Uh-oh. Dead spot. Nope. I think my collector roller was on top of the plastic of the magnet there. We're just gonna push it. No big deal, really. And we're gonna make sure that that lands into the siding over here. I'm doing my best to keep a steady pace, but just gonna let the whole train roll by right here. Since it's not coupled up, it should make this easy to park these where I want them. I want them like right there. Sometimes it's good to have it not coupled. But anyhow, that is my little CSX switcher engine. It's made by K-Line, by the way. It's not made by Lionel. And if you're wondering, I do have power control over that siding. I can shut the siding off and leave everything else on. But anyhow, that's about it. Hopefully that this video turned out pretty good. I know it's my first video of switching, but I'll try and edit out a whole bunch of this parts where we derailed, and hopefully we'll end up as bloopers. But okay, then it's uncoupled finally. Now we're gonna get those into the siding, and then I'm gonna have to mess with the passenger cars again. Woohoo. And forgot to reset the circuit breaker. Always helps turn that back on. Yet again, that caboose. Except for it went off a different direction this time, and it tore the boxcar off with it.